We all have those nights where all we really want is just some comfort food and something that's quick, easy, and delicious that you know the family's going to enjoy. I've got you covered. Let's do this. Welcome back to Kiwi Dad's Kitchen. I'm Kyle Willoughby. I'm a Kiwi Dad. This is my kitchen. And this week, look, I'm going to level with you. I've been on struggle street a bit this week. It's been there's been a lot of things going on, and I've just sort of hit the wall at the end of the week. I'm tired, and I just want something I can throw together that's going to keep the kids happy, that's going to keep the family happy, but that's still going to have all those nutritional quotients that we need to kind of feel like we're doing the right thing. So every now and again, you just need those meals that you go, I can throw this together. I know everyone's going to love it, and it's going to be good. So this week we are making, well, I call it a nacho mince. It's kind of somewhere between a nacho and a chili mince, sort of. It's got elements of chili flavorings. It's got elements of just sort of something you can throw together that's really versatile. So let's jump into it. So probably easiest to think of this as a Mexican-inspired mince because it's not really following any recipe per se. It's one that I've kind of retrofitted through a number of other different recipes that I've used over the years. So look, ingredients-wise, we're going with your good old-fashioned mince. There's about a half a kilo of mince there. The good thing with this recipe is it's really versatile, so you can sneak a lot of things in there as well when the kids aren't paying attention. So I usually just grate up a carrot and some zucchini. Mr. Onion and Mr. Garlic are lurking down in there as well, because obviously. Now this is a spice mixture that I've thrown together. It's equal parts paprika, onion powder, garlic powder, coriander, and cumin, basically a teaspoon of each that you just mix up together. You can buy those pre-packaged nacho mixes if you wish. This is just one. I like to be in control of the flavors that I'm using. So we've got some good old-fashioned tinned tomatoes. We've got some kidney beans. We've got creamed corn. This is all just kind of to bulk the meal up, give it a bit of flavor. Soy sauce to kind of just darken everything up, and just a bit of salt and pepper for seasoning. That's pretty much everything you need, and it comes together really quickly, all on the fry pan. So let's get the prep out of the way first. So as always, we dice the onions, dice the garlic. And then we're going to grate the zucchini and the carrot. So the carrot and zucchini are entirely optional. You can add pretty much whatever you like to this part of the conversation. So if you want to throw in something like spinach, fresh tomato, by all means go for it. To that spice mixture as well, you can actually throw in chili flakes. You can throw in fresh capsicum. You're pretty much limited to your own imagination. This is just stuff that I know my family enjoys, so this is kind of my family recipe, but you can make of this what you will. Now while we've got the fry pan coming up to temperature, I've also just opened that can of red kidney beans. I've got that draining off to the side, and let's get into it. So I've got olive oil in the bottom of the fry pan, and you know the routine. In we go with the veggies. So we're going to put all the veggies in and just kind of sweat them down. So straight away that garlic just smells amazing. I think it's no secret I love the smell of cooking garlic. And we're just going to season that up. Just throw a little bit of salt in there to help get the moisture out of that. And this part's going to be reasonably quick. So we're just going to cook this down a little bit. Probably only needs a few minutes so we can get those onions nice and brown. And just kind of sweat the vegetables down. So we want to get those vegetables nice and wilted and sweated down. You get some of those flavors coming out of the onions and the garlic. And then what we're going to do is just pop our spice mixture straight into here and just toast that up for about a minute or so. To again really get those flavors just nice and infused and happening. and there's something just absolutely divine about the smell of these spice mixtures coming together. So that won't take too long. And then we're just going to introduce our meat to the conversation. And just get that nice and broken up. And give it a good mix around so you get everything nice and browned. So we want to get that meat nice and browned. Before we start adding the tomatoes and beans and so forth. Now the other optional, the one that I quite like to do, is just to throw a little bit of soy sauce in there. And it just brings that sort of rich darkness into that flavour. Probably umami, I'm not entirely sure to be honest. But just mix that through it again, that just gives you this wonderfully complex, delicious flavour. And that is looking nice and cooked. We've got little pink spots in there, but we'll just get them out. And you can already see those veggies have really kind of merged in with that mince to create this delicious meat mixture. So we're just going to now pop in our tomatoes. Now you can run these through a food mill if you wish and kind of make them nice and fine. I prefer a chunky tomato myself. Our creamed corn and red kidney beans. So as I said, I've just drained the red kidney beans under some cold water to get that brine off. And then we mix this all together, and this is the really good part of the conversation, because once you've got to this point here, you can go and make yourself a cuppa and sit down and relax for a bit, because from here all we need to do, once we've got this mixed in, is drop this down to a simmer and let it reduce nicely till you get kind of a chili consistency, or I think they call it a mole. So, mixy, mixy, mixy. And there we go. So we're just going to let that bubble away and mind its own business, and we'll check back in about 5 or 10 minutes. And as we start to simmer this mince down, you'll notice the colour's getting deeper, and it's just becoming this lovely, thick, delicious consistency. So you want to go until you've reduced as much of the liquid out of here as possible. And those colours are just deep and rich, and you just want to tear into it. It's also worth just giving it a quick taste of the seasoning as well at this point, just to make sure you don't need to add anything to it. And just adjust as you need to, so I'm just adding a bit more salt and pepper to this. But otherwise that's pretty darn good. And of course the thing to remember is that we're not going, this is a fairly mild chili, all things considered, but this is about flavour, not about heat intensity. And a good chili should always be about flavour, as much as you may add extra spices and so forth to it. It's more about getting that flavour profile that you're looking for. So this is what satisfies my family, particularly my kids. You can adjust this to suit, add more chili and so forth, but as I say, the focus is on flavour, not, oh my god, I can't breathe. Okay, and that's looking about where I want it, so it smells amazing. It's got that lovely colour that I'm looking for. I think we're ready to go. Because the best thing with this recipe is it's incredibly versatile. So once you've got this base mince mixture done, you can throw it on some nacho chips and have nachos, put a little bit of sour cream and cheese on top. You can grab some flour tortillas, wrap it up with some salad, make a burrito or an enchilada or something along those lines. Get some hard tacos, again tacos, cheese, salad, boom, there you go. Or you can just throw it on some rice again with a bit of sour cream and cheese. Very simple, very effective dinner. And again, it's got those great flavors that my family absolutely loves. So with the paprika, the onion powder, the fresh garlic, the garlic powder, the tomatoes. It's really good. And it's the perfect thing for those nights where you're just not feeling it, or you just want some nice good old-fashioned comfort food. This is the way to go. Recipes downstairs. It's, again, super quick, super simple, super easy. You've got to have a go at this. So as I said at the start of the video, I've been on Struggle Street this week, and I've just not been feeling it. For me, cooking is almost a kind of therapy. I really like to get into the kitchen and just create something delicious that I know my family's going to enjoy. That gives me a sense of joy as well, and this is something I use to kind of pick myself up on those days that I'm not feeling it. But if you're having one of those days where you're not feeling it, this is not necessarily the solution for you. And I just want to take a moment to say, look, if you're on Struggle Street or if you're not feeling right, please do reach out to people as well. Reach out to your friends, your family. There's any number of resources out there. Voices for Hope, the Gumboot Foundation, Jazz Thornton on Instagram. Look her up. She's a great mental health crusader as well. This is my mental health fix. If you're looking for something out there, though, you need to find yours, so please do reach out to people when you need to. And that's it for me for Kiwi Dad's Kitchen this week. As always, please do like, subscribe, share, get amongst the socials. I really do appreciate everyone's support. I'm looking forward to seeing you next time. Thanks for being here.